Welcome, survivors, to a journey deep into the heart of terror. You think you know Resident Evil 3. You think it's just about Joe Valentine outrunning Nemesis through a zombie-infested Raccoon City. Think again. What if I told you that beneath the surface-level gore and explosive action lies a labyrinth tale of corporate ambition, biological warfare, and betrayal so intricate, so meticulously woven, that even the most seasoned Resident Evil fan might have missed crucial pieces of the puzzle? Today, we're not just playing Resident Evil 3, we're dissecting it. We're going to piece together the complete, unadulterated story of Raccoon City's destruction, connecting the dots from the earliest days of Umbrella Sinister research to the devastating aftermath, using clues, files, and environmental storytelling you probably never even noticed. Prepare yourselves. This is the true story of Resident Evil 3. To understand Resident Evil 3, we first need to rewind, far beyond September 1998. We need to go back to the very foundation of the Umbrella Corporation itself. It began as a front for the true, historic obsession of its three founders, Oswald E. Spencer, Edward Ashford, and Dr. James Marcus. Their common bond was the virus. Discovered in the flowers of West Africa, the virus was not initially sought as a weapon, but as a path to human evolutionary, a concept championed by Spencer. Marcus, however, became fixated on its application for immortality. His breakthrough came when he combined the virus with leaked DNA, resulting in the T-virus. This was not merely an accidental leak. This was a result of a deliberate, decades-long pursuit of forbidden power. Marcus's secret experiments at the training facility were a direct threat to Spencer's control. Spencer, using a young Albert and William as assassins, had Marcus eliminated. The T-virus project was fully handed to him, who relocated its development to the secret Nest lab beneath Raccoon City. This critical internal betrayal meant that the T-virus, which would later consume the city, was literally a weapon born from revenge and corporate backstabbing, and kept simmering under the city for years. The fuse was lit in the summer of 1998 with the Archelay Mansion incident, which publicly exposed a minor outbreak, but the true, citywide catastrophe happened 2 months later, driven entirely by Dr. William Birkin's megalomania. Deep beneath the Raccoon City, Birkin was developing the G-virus, a far more unpredictable and powerful bioweapon than the T-virus, focused not on reanimation, but on forced rapid mutation and reproduction. On September 23rd, Umbrella ordered the USS, their specialized retrieval unit, to seize the G-virus. The resulting gunfight in the sewers was the point of no return. Birkin, mortally wounded, injected himself with his masterpiece, transforming into the horrifying G creature. His rampage led to the scattering of the T-virus samples into the city's water filtration systems, and, critically, the rat population. The Birkin USS confrontation was the Cascade event. The T-virus spread through the city's infrastructure in rodent vector. It overwhelmed the populace. The initial infection wasn't one event, but a rapid intersecting failure, an explosion of the T-virus from the Nest lab breach, and the pre-existing contained T-virus research being conducted at the city's hospitals and labs, which also spilled out. Raccoon City wasn't an accidental disaster. It was a calculated containment failure born from an internal corporate turf war. Jill Valentine and her fellow STAR members were the only non-Umbrella personnel with irrefutable proof of the corporation's crimes. Therefore, they became primary targets in Umbrella's internal cleanup. The weapon deployed for this task was a Nemesis T-type. This was not a standard Tyrant. So this is a completely new angle. I recorded that first part yesterday, so you can tell I'm in a different shirt. The key to Nemesis's intelligence and adaptability was an NAA type. It's a parasitic organism that was implanted into his brain. This parasitic took over the host Tyrant's nervous system, enhancing its mobility, intelligence, and most crucially, its ability to understand and execute complex objectives, such as being specialized weapons and relentlessly pursuing certain targets like STARS members. This made Nemesis far more than a brute. He was a precision hunter. He was deployed to eliminate a political liability. The true tragedy of Jill's ordeal is realizing the scope of the conspiracy. She isn't just fighting monsters, she is fighting a multi-billion-dollar military pharmaceutical complex that views her survival as an unacceptable financial risk. Her infection by Nemesis with the T-virus, the only way she is momentarily taken out of the fight, underscores how personal and thorough Umbrella's vendetta was. Now let me be honest, I cannot say this guy's name at all. Nikolai Zinoviev is arguably the most insidious character in Raccoon City. because he is a monster of pure corporate obedience. He wasn't just a mercenary, he was a highly trained corporative belonging to Umbrella's covert team. This team's objective was chillingly certain: to document the combat data of the T-Virus, the BOWs, and the UBCS forces in a live, unrestricted biohazard environment. Nikolai's true loyalty was to the Umbrella executives who promised him a colossal payout upon successful mission completion. He actively sabotaged any genuine rescue efforts, ensuring the outbreak would continue long enough to gather sufficient data on the performance of the hunters, the drained demos, and most importantly, the effectiveness of the UBCS against them. He viewed the entire city and everyone in it as nothing more than a highly valuable testing ground, which is inhumane as fuck. His final confrontations with Jill are not about survival, but about eliminating a witness who could reveal the Monitor team's existence and their grotesque findings. The fact that the Umbrella security forces were more concerned with internal reporting than external containment is the ultimate indictment of their corporate soul. The UBCS Umbrella Biohazard Countermeasure Service soldiers, including characters like Carlos Oliveira, were painted as heroes by Umbrella's PR machine, but they were the ultimate patsies. Recruited largely from ex-military personnel and former criminals, they were offered redemption and substantial pay, but the operational reality was grim. Umbrella sent them into Raccoon City with deficient training for a T-Virus outbreak. They had inadequate intelligence and, according to various in-game files, a deliberately limited supply of ammunition and gear. This was intentional. They were deployed as expendable field researchers. The Monitor team watched as these soldiers, fighting bravely and genuinely trying to save civilians, were systematically chewed through by the BOWs, generating the crucial mortality and combat statistics Umbrella needed for future bioweapon sales. Carlos's arc from doubtful soldier to delusional rebel perfectly illustrates the UBCS tragedy. He realized he wasn't part of a rescue, he was part of a mass sacrifice. His commitment to saving Jill, a STARS member, becomes an act of open defiance against the very corporation he was supposed to serve. As Umbrella's catastrophe became too large to cover up, the United States government stepped in not with aid, but with annihilation. Under intense pressure, the president approved a classified directive, Code XX, the Raccoon City Annihilation. The chosen method was a massive thermonuclear missile strike. This action was multiplied. Primarily, it was to contain the T-Virus and the G-Virus, preventing a global pandemic. But the deeper, darker motive was political concealment. Umbrella, through massive decades of lobbying and corruption, had deeply infiltrated the government. The missile strike destroyed all physical evidence of illegal research. The USS Birkin conflict, and most critically, eliminated any remaining witnesses, both civilian and Umbrella staff, who might testify about the corporation's role. Jill and Carlos' desperate escape in the final moments of the game is literally a race against the clock of state-stationed genocide. Their success in exposing the truth later relied entirely on securing the vaccine data and securing and surviving the government's final solution. Raccoon City's destruction admitted the fact that Umbrella's power extended far beyond its laboratories, reaching the highest levels of global authority. Alright, well, if y'all guys enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments below. If y'all want to see other Resident Evil games and me kind of go deeper down into other games, let me know also. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see y'all later. Peace out.